gorgeous. This is Nina with the Witch's Oracle, and I have been doing this thing where I have a YouTube friend who's going through a bit of a rough time. She's a widow like myself. So I was doing the 12 days of Christmas, sending her a different gift of sorts, a video gift every day until Christmas. And it just happened to be on the day I thought of it. It happened to be exactly 12 days to Christmas, which gave me the idea of doing the 12 days of Christmas. So I had a friend private message me and said, hey, why don't you do something for everybody out there? And, there might be somebody in need who could use a little, something. I was like, I don't know why I didn't think about that. You're 100% right. I definitely should. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a card pull, and a tarot card pull and an oracle card pull every day until Christmas. So there'll be a special message for everyone that needs it. So you can click in. It's going to be short and sweet, and it's going to be the 12 days of Christmas, but we're at the 10-day mark. So we're at the 10 days of Christmas. So today is, because you know how the song goes, it's a countdown. So we're on the 10th day of Christmas, my YouTube friend gave to me a tarot card reading. There you go. I don't get paid to sing, obviously, because people would pay me not to sing rather than to sing. So here's what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be using my new Visions. Can we see that? The Alchemical Visions Tarot. So this is your box, which is glorious. There's our box. These are our cards. These cards are 5x7s. They're huge. This is our book, which is, it is a book. This is a great, I did a whole review on this deck. If you want to watch it, you can watch it, and it tells you where to get it, how much it cost. I like to go into details about things because that's what I like when I'm watching a video. So here's the thing with these cards. Look how big these cards are. These cards are huge. Okay, so you cannot shuffle the cards exactly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something a bit different with this deck. Also, it's not like a regular tarot deck. You're not gonna sit there and do like a whole bunch of cards because the cards have so much going on with them that it would take too long to even try to do a regular reading. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to do kind of like this sort of kind of mix them up, shuffly deal here. And what I do is when I'm shuffling cards, see how they pop up? See that? When a card pops up, that's like the deck saying, hey, here I am. But just so I want everyone to see that I'm not forcing a card or intentionally making a card pop. I'm just going to mix these up like as much as I can, and then I tap them down. Okay, you see that? And then see the cards that are standing up. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I can't do all of these cards, obviously, I decided that I'm going to do the one that stands out the most. I could do the one closest to me, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go for the one that's trying the hardest. So let's go with that. Seems like a good idea. The backs of the cards are so beautiful. My goodness gracious. Okay, let's go ahead and get that card in there. We have the Page of Coins. The Page of Coins. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you from the book the meaning of the Page of Coins. It's elaborate. There's a lot that goes on these cards. So I'm going to give you the direct meaning from the creator himself. He is a PhD. In case you're wondering who that is. Arthur Tusique, PhD. All right. So you can do one of two things. You can pause this and read it for yourself if you don't want to listen to my reading. That's one option that you can do. Okay, so there's that. In the medieval court, the page was both a servant and a messenger. While I'm reading this, feel free to zoom in and really look at everything in this card, because everything is here for a very specific person. The colors, I mean, literally everything. Okay. The page was both a servant and a messenger in the service of noble personage. During wedding ceremonies, the page carried the wedding rings. To some extent, the page shared the noble status of the lord served. Thus, the pages were lowly while participating in the higher ranks of society. In the alchemical terms, the page represents the joining of the opposites, the uniting the above with the below, in terms of a social metaphor. But as the Page of Coins card shows, there is much, much more to the story. In the Page of Coins are two young people, closely connected by holding hands. In the mundane world, pages were exclusively boys, but in this card, which is the page, the male or female. In the much more demanding world of the psyche, the services performed by pages cannot be done solely by what is symbolized as male. The male traveler needs a female guide, and the female traveler needs a male. There are the contra-gender functions Jung calls the anima and the animus. In the Page of Coins, the male traveler is shown connecting to the anima. They are holding hands, while the female traveler is shown connected to her animus. Thus, there are two pages materialized from one philosophical function. These figures serve the traveler as much as the traditional page served his master in the medieval courts. By the way, the traveler is you. The tarot cards represent your travel through life from start to finish. So the person listening to this, you are the traveler. Behind the two pages is evidence of their power. Light rays or sparks are shooting from the point where they touch the earth. Also behind them are a great golden pentacle, two exploding sets of arrows, and a gigantic red dragon. The golden pentacle symbolizes the energy being drawn up from the chthonic elements. Okay, that's a word I've never heard before. The chthonic elements beneath. According to Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the pentacle is used to foreknow all future things and command the whole of nature, have power over devils and angels, and do miracles. This describes well the scenario taking place in the Page of Coins. Agrippa attributes Moses' feats of magic to his knowledge of the use of pentacles. In alchemy, the arrow represents transformation by the penetration of the secret fire. These exploding arrows, rising like fireworks in the sky, refer to the weapon of both Apollo and Diana, light, that is, illumination, as the supreme power. These can also be seen as the lightning that, according to Pericles, that's not right. Pericles, sorry. Let me get my glasses. Why am I trying to read without my glasses? Okay. That's just ridiculous. Okay. Glasses on. Pericles. appears at the end of the alchemical process of transformation. A physical lightning will appear. The lightning of Saturn will separate from the lightning of Sol. And by Sol, that's Sol. And what appears in this lightning pertains to longevity, to that undoubtingly greater illuster, the prime master consisting of body and soul. The separation of Saturn from Sol is the separation of lead from gold. Thus, lightning announces the appearance of the self rising from among other temporary, discarded philosophical elements. And I did say philosophical. Philosophical. So sorry. That's not right. Psychological elements. Wow. You have those days. You ever have those days where you can't remember how to spell yet? Does that ever happen to anybody? Like, you spell it, Y-E-T, but you write it down. You're like, that's not right. Yeah, I'm having one of these days where the glasses aren't even working anymore. It's time for eye surgery. Above the page is a dragon, but this is not the Western version, devouring, bloodthirsty, sacrifice-demanding dragon of the shadow, but an oriental dragon. In China, dragons traditionally symbolize potent and auspicious powers, particularly the control over the element water. Our red dragon seems pleased with what the 2 pages have drawn from the waters of the unconscious from which they are rising. The dragon is also a symbol of power and strength, for good luck for the people who are worthy of it. In this case, our male and female travelers. Applicable is the Chinese proverb of a positive wish. I hope your child will become a dragon. The page of coins points out the importance and power of the contragender function, that is, the feminine within the male psyche and the masculine within the female psyche. In this card, the male traveler's ego makes friends with his anima, and the female traveler's ego makes friends with her animus. By recognizing them, what was formerly uncontrolled and damaging becomes useful to psychic process. The traveler must remember that in tarot cards, like the Page of Coins, cards that seem to show a peaceful, quiet scene, what is represented is not an elemental status, but a dynamic equilibrium typically achieved by the integration of elements of the unconscious. Holy Benoli Ganoli, that's a lot. And my reading didn't help that much at all. So, then you look at this card and you see all of this going on. And what I like about this is there's so many references back to biblical, because people think that tarot isn't of God and isn't of the Bible, but they're so mistaken. They're so mistaken. Like everything in the universe, if you believe in God, okay, and you believe in angels, you then have to believe in Lucifer and you have to believe in demons. If you believe in nighttime, you have to believe in daytime. There's yin and yang and good and bad in all things. And love and hate sometimes are the same thing. It's the opposite sides of the coin. You cannot feel so much emotion towards someone that you don't care about. So a lot of times, one emotion, the good side and the bad side are the same. They're just 2 sides of one coin. So, with the symbol here, I do prefer the symbol because, not this one, but the pyramid symbol that represents as above, and then you flip the pyramid, so below. So if you have that pyramid shape, okay, so you have the pyramid shape as above, meaning heaven. And then you flip it, when you flip it over, and you draw a pyramid, and it's so below, meaning as above, so below, the same. Okay? So if you take the pyramid and flip it, so below. And that's how you get these symbols of you have 4 symbols. If you're not familiar with the symbols, most people are. Okay, so you have earth. See how the pyramid's upside down? It's kind of half in the earth. Like most of your great, oh my gosh, why can't my brain work today? You know, the great statues and things like that, like Easter Island, they're like half in the ground. So this is of earth. This is of air. This is air passing through. So earth, air, fire, and water. So do you see when you flip the 2, it becomes this. And then you have the sun, or the spirit. And the spirit, that is the spirit, or the sun. So you have the circle. So you have the pyramid pointing to heaven, the pyramid pointing below, then you have it surrounded in the spirit. So a lot of time, oops, I dropped my card. When you see this symbol, this is the one I actually prefer. And some would call this the symbol of Solomon, or the Star of Solomon. So all I know is that you have to be careful with symbols. Some people will take a symbol and put their own stamp on it and make it something. This is more along the lines of a Star of David sometimes, where they have it broken at the bottom. Sometimes they'll consider that the Star of David. Different people say different things about different things. Also, you know, there's a symbol where you have the man, and he's standing in the circle. You have the head, and then you have the body, and his arms are outstretched. You know what I'm talking about? The symbol. So if you look at that, and then you look at that. So that's kind of along the lines. And then you have your north, south, east, and west going on there. So there's a lot to all of that. So I just tend to not be defined by any particular symbol. All I know is that I'm always doing things for the right reasons, for good purposes. I'm very white light, love and kindness and forgiveness and mercy. And so everything that I do and the tools that I use are always used in that format. So always try to keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, don't fear other symbols of other ethnicities and other races. We all have our own things, and we should love and respect each other's ways and beliefs and incorporate them together, because together we stand more united, and divided we all fall. So this is my gift. My Christmas gift is my tarot reading. And lastly is my oracle. And for the oracle, I will be using the Unknowable Lives. And this is the Manifest Soulmate Oracle card that comes with the Universal tarot cards. They come together in this pack, in this beautiful box. I did a video about these as well. If you're interested in what they are and where to get them, go to my videos and you can see that. All right, so let's move this over. And let's give these a nice shuffle. Oop, there we go. We're zoomed in. Let's give these a shuffle. Nice red for Christmas, right? Oop. Okay, I'm going with that one. You know, you're supposed to go with your instincts and what pops up. I have found the one that my soul loves. Is that what it says? I have found the one that my soul loves. Now, here's what I'm going to say to you. If you're not in a very, very soulmate type loving relationship, then you have found the one that your soul loves. Guess what? That's you. You have to love yourself. You have to be your best friend. Be your own soulmate. Be your own person. Be your lobster. Do any of these references mean anything to anybody but me and the TV shows I am obsessed with? I have found the one that my soul loves. For those that have lost their soulmates, you have found them and you'll be with them again one day. I know I will be with mine. And for those, like I said, who haven't found theirs yet, they're there. But you have to be the best you can be for them to want to be with you and to be able to really see who you are. You have to be a very good, well-rounded, positive, healed person. Okay, so there is your tarot and oracle card, and that is your 10th day of Christmas gift from the Witch's Oracle. And I hope to see you tomorrow, and have wonderful, wonderful holiday seasons for all of the different seasons that are out there for all the different people. Thanks for watching.